Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you've been following my playthrough of Ghost of Tsushima, you'd know I love this game. It's my game of the year and I loved it. But I'm going to be going into some more detail, so enjoy my review of this game. First, the basis of the game. This is a huge open world game made by Sucker Punch Productions, based on the real Mongol invasion, led by Khotan Khan, a ruthless Mongol leader, to the island of Tsushima in 1274. In the perspective of a samurai named Jin Sakai, whose parents died when he was young and has been raised and trained by his uncle, Lord Shimura. This story is about how the Mongols drove Jin to break the samurai code and become the unpredictable ghost. Second, the art of combat. From the first swing with your blade to the last, the blade mechanics in this game are smooth and flows very well. The half and longbow and all the tools like smoke bombs and kunai knives make combat interesting, along with standoffs, which you can start as you enter a Mongol base, which is a 1v1 per se, which you just saw on the screen. You can upgrade from just taking down one enemy to 2 and then 3. The different playstyles in this game just keep making it better. The one you're seeing now is the Honorable Samurai, whose fighting style is for the honorable warriors that follow the samurai code, which is to face your enemy straight on in fair battle. As you can see now, we rushed right into the base and we fight Mongol enemies. So that's what the samurai code is. A fair fight, which samurai are following, but the Mongols not so much. So you kind of have to adapt to that with the ghost style, which you'll see now. The other playstyle being the dishonorable ghost. The ghost uses fear and stealth to take down their enemies. The ghost also uses unfair tactics and tools like poison darts and sticky bombs. The ghost is also who some people look to for hope when they need it most and have nothing to believe in, because the samurai just keep failing to fight the Mongols, which is why the ghost was formed, basically. Another cool thing about this game is the charm system. Like, some charms help you out of battle, like this one right here, slowly recover health while out of battle. And there's some other ones, like this one helps you with parries, and that one is really cool. And there's just a bunch of awesome charms in this game. And I know in one of my videos I said they weren't as helpful as I thought, but I was wrong. Third, the skill tree system. So the skill tree system in this game is a little bit weird. So first you have your basic attacks, which is all good. And then you have the mythic abilities. First you have the Heavenly Strike, which is a quick unblockable attack that uses 1 resolve. And then you have the Dance of Wrath, which does that but basically to 3 enemies, and it uses 3 resolve. And then you have Way of the Flame, which basically you can light your sword on fire, and then you can light people on fire. It's awesome. Then you have an explosive arrow, which sets people on fire. So the mythic abilities are like pretty cool, and they have really good missions. Then the stance, you have the stone stance, water stance, wind stance, and moon stance. And each one is good for a certain type of enemy. So that one's good for swordsmen, this one's good for shieldmen, and this one is good for spearmen, and then this one's good for brutes. And then you can upgrade various things about the abilities, like some of the kicks, slices, and then we're going to move on to ghost weapons. So you have like the kunai, the smoke bombs, you have wind chimes, which like attract enemies. You can upgrade those variously. And then you have things like more health recovered, standoffs, archery, assassinations, etc. And just stuff like that. So the skill tree system is pretty good. Fourth, the beautiful open world and graphics. This game is one of the most extraordinary open worlds I've ever played. Every environment is unique and filled with life. Filled in with Tales of Tsushima, which are side quests, shrines that give you sword kits, which you can customize your sword, and then you have shrines, like you have to climb mountains to get those, and then you can get charms. Then you have haikus that you get special bandanas from. And there's a bunch of Mongol camps to take back. And then once you take those back, you can get like bases that you can check in with, like trappers, armorers, which can upgrade various things. Also, I want to talk about cutscenes. Almost every time you encounter a cutscene in this game, you can feel the emotion and feeling. Although, a few cutscenes have a weird camera angle, so for instance, like, maybe one, you would, like, it would be behind, like, a pole or something, so it just wouldn't make sense. You couldn't see anything. But it didn't happen too often, so was excusable for me. And besides that, I think everything about that is amazing. Fifth, Kurosawa mode. Kurosawa mode is a polished black and white filter mode, which Sucker Punch says is for all the samurai fans who want to live out their samurai fantasies. And I'd say it does it pretty well. The only problem I have with it is when you're in a really dark area and it's hard enough to see anyways, the black and white filter doesn't help. But otherwise, it's amazing. Like, watch this fight I'm about to have. It just looks awesome. Also, the audio is like a little bit muffled, so it kind of gives you that just feeling like you're in a samurai movie. I personally didn't use it that much because I never really watched samurai movies, but it still looks really good, and it's a nice feature to have. So, if you're big on samurai movies, you'll probably like this. Sixth, the problems. I won't lie, even though this is my game of the year, it does have its problems. For instance, sometimes enemy bowers, when they're trying to aim at you, they just turn the other way. It doesn't happen too often, but it breaks the immersion. It's something to know. Another thing is, some enemies get stuck in doorways. Those are the only glitches I ran into, and I'm sure they're going to fix them with patches. But it's just annoying. Another annoying thing is, and it's not actually a glitch, but when you play with Japanese dialogue, which is another thing this game has, it sounds really great, but the lips go with English dialogue. And I know it's not something crazy, but I think they could have done that. I don't think it's too much to ask. But if you can look past that, the Japanese dialogue is amazing. Finally, the rating. This is a truly amazing game. Sucker Punch nailed it with the combat. It feels fresh all the way to the end. Even with the bugs, it's still a masterpiece. With all of that said, I would give it a 9.5. If you want to see more of my content, subscribe. Thanks for watching.